Why don't you give me a sign?
This is Corinna Jane.
The leaves are trailing on that shore. It's not your problem, it's mine.
With her brand new single, Give Me a Sign. As featured on BBC Introducing.
It's just the way it's gotta be. Give me a sign about the things that we don't know. Why don't you give me a sign?
Corinna Jane, Give Me a Sign. Out now.
It's not your problem, it's mine.
Kate Fisher?
Hey, Kate, are you okay? Hey.
Oh, no.
Today we are paying tribute to Anna Farmer, a beloved daughter.
Hi, I'm Corinna for the Fan Carpet, and we are back. This is the first premiere since the pandemic began, and we are here live in Leicester Square. You could say that we actually are back on track, as we are here for the premiere of Off the Rails. This is a film about friendship, travel, and life after death. So maybe nothing could be more fitting than this right now.
It's incredible. It's just my first red carpet, so I've never done anything like this. So it's just super cool, and it's such a lovely day for it as well.
A film like this about travel, friendship, maternal strength, and life after death, do you think this is something that resonates not just with the mature women who might be watching this, but also the younger generation?
I think this is a coming-of-age story for Maddie, so I'd like to think that people will go and see this film with their mums and they'll have a little bonding experience over it. But I think it really shows subjects like falling in love, losing somebody, which is awful. It just has so many different aspects to it. I think it's just wonderful. Really lovely film.
Yeah, I really do. I mean, I really do. I think older women aren't... There's this idea that ageing is failure. So people might say, "Oh, you don't. To me, you don't look 51, though." Which I think I probably well, you don't look 51, and that's supposed to be a success. But that it has an intrinsic idea that looking your age is a bad thing for women, whereas middle-aged men get to be Bond, middle-aged women aren't really represented in film and television. So it's amazing for me to, that this film was made and I got a chance to do it because it was great fun. And I think it's just really nice for people to see themselves up there. We know so much about representation, don't we, from Black Lives Matter and disability, and we know that if you're not represented up there, then you start to feel bad about yourself and not valued by society. And in general, we are just middle-aged women. We're not really in anything. So
I'm really hoping it'll catch a nerve. Like you, I think it's absolutely the right time for this film. And the reason we're here tonight and not before this, A, is the pandemic, but also Bill, the producer, promised Kelly that we would have a premiere of this film. And obviously we hoped she'd be here, but sadly we've lost her. And he wanted to keep that promise, which meant that he was determined not to put it out on streaming during the pandemic, but to wait. And we are now the first premiere since the pandemic, with the first red carpet, and this is for Kelly.
I mean, it's such a wonderful tribute to her, and it's so sad that it's under these circumstances, but at the same time this must feel like a celebration of friendship, sisterhood, and also the moments you all shared together before she passed away.
1000%. Now, you have to understand, none of us knew each other before we met on the film. It could have been awful, because we needed to look like really close friends, but we clicked immediately. We fell in love with each other. Sally Phillips, who's following me down the line, is such a darling friend, and I love her to pieces. She's also incredibly bright and funny. And Kelly, we would have gone on being friends.
I mean, what's really interesting is you can see that chemistry on screen. It does look like you've actually been friends for so many years.
Yeah, we didn't know that Kelly was ill during filming. I mean, you'd never have believed it, because she was incredibly alive, and she was vivacious and obviously the ultimate professional, because she's got an amazing track record of films, and she just brought so much joy to the film set, on and off set actually. And she obviously recognised that the film spoke to her, and she has her own daughter, and she was very, very passionate about the film. And I think that was important for her, as it was for everybody making it and in it. that it was this, as you say, this message of hope. And that was even before COVID. People really invested into that message. Quite a lot of people's lives changed after we've been filming. So it was interesting to see that. And I think that, what Kelly would want is for us to be celebrating that. She would want us to be celebrating life and being here and being in the moment. And I think that is the post-COVID message that she'd be wanting us to all think about. And it's certainly what I intended before COVID. So it's some terrible irony in it.
All four of you play such different characters. Tell us a little bit about your character and how she maybe differs from the roles you played before.
Kate is very much the more serious person, and her life's really taken a big pear-shaped drop. She's sort of the glue that holds the friends together. Is she like anyone I've ever played before? No, probably not, but she's probably quite a lot of me in there. So, in that I don't have Sally's wit, I am probably more serious and quiet and want to keep people together and keep friendships going. So, I love Kate.
There's a real warmth to your character as well. She really looks out for everyone that's in the group. She has got that serious demeanour, but there's a lot of warmth under that, exterior of hers. And do you think that for women all across the country of different demographics, this will particularly be a welcome film in the sense of the things in there that you don't often see in films, that you talk about menopause quite openly and with warmth and laughter as well?
It's the only way to talk about menopause because there's nothing much nice about it. You're too young. But I think it's terribly important to talk about things like the menopause and share a joke about it because it comes to us all. There's nothing secretive about it. It's like in the old days, nobody used to mention death. And now we're allowed to talk about things. So let's talk about them and let's celebrate being women.
I think you're completely right, and also, if anything we've learned in the last year, there's no good in bottling things up because the detriment of that is catastrophic. And if these sort of films get people to be a little bit more open with one another, then that's something that people can take away.
Open and look out for each other. And yes, in the pandemic, which we're not out of yet, you shouldn't waste a moment because you don't know if you're going to catch it and die in the next few weeks. So, hopefully not now because people are getting double vaxxed. But certainly in the early months of it, it was terrifying. So it really has been a journey of just cherishing the now and the friendship and the love that's around you and making sure that that's important because nothing else really matters.
I completely agree. Thank you so much for talking to me this evening.
My pleasure.
Thank you. And what was it like for you as a newcomer to be working with such veterans like Sally Phillips and Dame Judy Dench?
Yeah, it was incredible, and I learned so much from both of them and all of them. And obviously, I learned so much from Kelly as well. I've got her right here. I learned so much from them in terms of acting, but also in life as well. They gave brilliant advice. We had lots of deep chats, which was lovely. Yeah.
It's been a really nice maternal force around you, guiding you through. Is this your first feature?
Yes, it is. Yeah, so I had a lovely. They were all my mum. I had three mums, but also Jules as well because she is incredible. It was just great to have all of that maternal energy, and it was lovely.
A very truthful heart, and it's inspired by a true story. The director, Jules, she had a gang of girlfriends she went interrailing with when they were in their late teens, and they promised to go again in their 40s, and they lost one of them to breast cancer and planned then to take her daughter. They haven't done that yet, COVID, etc., but this is Jules's kind of tribute to her friend. And I think so many of us, as a world, we're suffering from grief at the moment, and this is a bit of, sangria, karaoke, best friends falling out, making up again, finding out secrets about each other, and it's really great that there's three women in their 50s, and then Lizzie Dormer-Phillips, who's 19, and I think that's really special as well, sort of cross-generational thing, and I hope that different generations will be able to enjoy it together.
I think it definitely resonates with every generation of women.
Yeah, it is. It's very personal. I had been interrailing when I was 19 with my best friends who are here tonight at the premiere. It's not, they're not the characters, it's just inspired by that journey. And we said we'd do it again when we were 40, and then we didn't. But I was nominated for a BAFTA about 19 years ago, and I won the Palm Springs Film Festival, and this was the film that I wanted to do. But it just wasn't really being picked up because I don't think people really wanted to do films about women in midlife, or they didn't see the market for it. And of course that's changed now, and we were able to bring it to Bill Kenwright, myself, and the producer Arabella Page Croft, who I originated it with, and it tells a story about women finding themselves again, I think, is the best way to put it. And that was really important to me, because I think, you can lose that. You go into training when you're 19 and you think the world has got everything you could possibly need, and you have these ideas of what's going to happen to you. And then you kind of wake up one morning like the Talking Heads song, and you think, what just happened? Why is this is not quite where I expected it to be. So it's an uplifting film fundamentally, because it's telling people that they can do whatever they want.
And what have you got coming up in the future now that hopefully you can get back to doing everything that you love?
I've just finished a feature in Yorkshire. It's called Those Who Remain, and it should be coming out in March, but I've got a couple more dates to do in August. But yeah, that's a really, really cool kind of horror film, so it's lovely.
Well, I've always loved Blondie, and so when we were developing the script, we had that in mind, to be Anna's favourite band. So that's kind of where we were heading with that. And I was influenced by many films with fantastic soundtracks, and I'd always wanted this to have that. And then Bill Kenwright, the producer, said to me, what about a Blondie soundtrack? And I said, well, that's brilliant. It's amazing to have that opportunity. And so he's fought tirelessly to get this soundtrack for us. The Big Chill is a film that I love. It's one of my favourite films, and he loves that film, and he just completely understood that, as did Arabella Page Croft, who's also the producer, who I originated the story with. She's like another character, obviously, in the film, and is perfect for it. And she's such a positive example to women, isn't she? You only have to read her autobiography that came out last year, and she's kind of risen again. And absolutely, I couldn't agree with you more. She's very much so, very, very good example. And that's what I wanted making this film, to celebrate women in their 50s and younger and older, but because I'm in my 50s and it's my first film, I really wanted that to come across. It was very important to me.
And yes, enjoy the rest of the premiere. It's the first one back, isn't it?
I think it is, and I'm really sorry about your mum, and I'm really glad that you enjoyed the film. Yeah.
Thank you so much. It did mean a lot to me.
See you here again. We'll see you here.
Yeah. Thank you.
Take care.
Off the Rails is in cinemas right now, and hopefully this will mark the beginning of many more premieres to come. Remember to follow us at The Fan Carpet on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram.
It's nearly 9. Quick! Cannot miss it this time.
She thought the world of you.
There's so much out there.
Then let's go and get it.
I'm here on the largest of the Balearic Islands, Mallorca. With the turquoise waters of the Mediterranean Sea, beautiful mountainous landscape, the thriving city of Palma, quaint little market towns, a growing number of luxury hotels, it's no surprise that the likes of Audrey Hepburn and Elizabeth Taylor like to holiday here. So come and join me as I take you round Mallorca.
Thank you for watching The Fan Carpet. If you like this video, be sure to click that thumbs up button at the bottom of your screen. And also be sure to subscribe to the Fan Carpet YouTube channels. They're absolutely free and so much fun too. Be sure to check out the official website, thefancarpet.com. Also, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to stay up to date with reviews, competitions, the latest news, and so much more.